Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this, and welcome back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gizela K. You can call me G, Gizela, Gizmo, Gizzy, not Jizzy, Gizzy, or any of those. Today we're going to be looking at the updates in the missing persons case, which is Gabby Petito. Now Brian Laundrie is also gone missing. So I thought we might discuss that. What you can see pictured is his parents' home. That's where he was. That's where him and Gabby Petito lived for a year before they went on their, I think vegan van life, Yes, so we're going to look at the house. We're going to look at a map of where he could have been, and I'm going to update you on what's going on, okay? Also, am I in my pajamas? Yes. Yes, ma'am. I am. Why? Because I went to bed at 2:30 because I was watching all the footage of the police outside of Brian Laundrie's home. And eventually I'm like, oh my word, this is going to take forever. So I'll just sleep a little bit and see the update in the morning. And do you think that when I woke up this morning, I'm going to see that update that I was like, okay, let's see what happened. Did he get arrested? Like, what happened? Now he's missing too? Wow. Okay, so let's get started. If you are new to this case, please check out the Gabby Petito playlist so that you can get caught up on the other videos I've made on this case so far. The first video was an overview of everything that we know about the timeline, about things that happened. And part two, or the second video, is the beginning of me analyzing the body cam footage. So I will still do that more. I got to go through that whole video with you guys. And lastly, before I get started on this, I want to thank those of you who bought me a coffee. I will give you a special shout out in my next live stream, which is tonight, but it depends on when you're watching this, whenever you discover this channel. I like to do those during the live streams to really thank you, especially while you guys are there. So thank you so much for the coffees. I appreciate it more than you know. I appreciate every single subscriber, every single OG, original Grizzly in the house. Did you like my carve it up video? Damn, did you know that it's in my YouTube shorts if you haven't seen it. Nicole Kessinger was carving it up, but Brian Laundrie was also, but he was actually carving it up, right? He knows how to sandboard. But did you know it was from the same location? The Greater Sand Dunes National Park? Yeah, same place. So it makes me think, if we are going to speculate, based on all the things we saw on his Instagram and his like funny Latin writing with the snakes and just things about him, that like, what if he was into the same sort of cult or magic that NK was into? What if he's involved in the same sort of group? You know what I mean? Because it is very strange. If you don't know, okay, I should update you nice and chronologically. Before it came out that Brian went missing, since Tuesday, wow. But before that came out, a woman came forward on TikTok saying that her and her husband, or her and her boyfriend, her and her partner, gave Brian Laundrie a ride because he was hitchhiking by himself, around the 29th or something like that? Damn, maybe we should look at that first. Hold on. So what I will do, I'm going to show you that house, okay? But if we go here, TikTok, Brian Laundrie. Yeah. So I will share this from Evil Exists.
Lots of updates.
Hold on. There. Okay. Can we see it?
This woman made a TikTok video saying that she and her boyfriend picked up Brian on the 29th of August. He was alone.
29th, huh? Where's my book now? I need my book with all my little dates in. So let me play this while. But 29th, huh? So on the 29th of August, he was hitchhiking alone? That's just weird because, the police had the body cam footage from the 12th of August. Actually, let me use my phone so I can tell you. You know, I like to tell you the days. You know what I mean? So on the 12th, they had that fight in the grocery store. I can't believe I only have to swipe once because last month, it's that soon, right? So on the 12th, they had the fight, which was a Thursday. On the 13th, 2 women were murdered 5 miles away from the Arches National Park, which at first seemed extremely unrelated. It still does. Gut feel for me, I don't think that those murders are related to Brian, but now we just don't know. People are now starting to speculate more about that because he was hitchhiking without Gabby, like a weirdo. Anyway, so we don't know what happened between the 16th and let's say the 25th. On the 25th, Gabby's mom received a text from her, and on the 29th, I believe. We can go through that again one more time. Hold on. So we've got that. The 25th, Gabby texts her mom to tell her that she's in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. And August 30th, the final text is sent from Gabby's phone to her mom saying she has no signal in Yosemite. The hell? So if we speculate that maybe Brian sent those messages, that would be interesting. But anyway, let's see what this woman says, because I don't mean to call her this woman, sorry. Let's see what this lady says. It sounded weird. I sound like I had a tone. Let's see what this woman says. No, I sound a bit passive-aggressive myself there, but I'm not. I'm just, whoa, this case is blowing my mind.
This is critical information, and she has spoken to authorities already.
Hi, my name is Miranda Baker, and on August 29th...
Miranda Baker. Let's hear from Miranda Baker.
My boyfriend and I picked up Brian at Grand Teton National Park at 5:30 at night at Coulter Bay. I'm hoping this can help someone identify him because I saw him from TikTok, which then made me call the authorities, and my boyfriend...
Okay, but TikTok, I don't have TikTok now. I've had it, okay, in the past, but it's a time. I feel like some people say TikTok, that's your life, like slipping away, because TikTok is a time consumer. But I must say, the one thing I really liked about TikTok is that the news was like there, like any of the latest stuff you need to know, it happens so fast on TikTok. So for Miranda to see the news of Brian on TikTok and then be like, oh my word, we picked up that guy, that's amazing.
And I have been in contact with a bunch of different people to help piece together different parts of this case, but we picked him up at Coulter Bay, like I said, at 5:30. He approached us asking us for a ride because he needed to go to Jackson, which we were going to Jackson that night. So I said, hop in. He hopped in the back of my Jeep. We then,
Whoa. Hey, feel free to leave your comments below. Speculate, why would he be hitchhiking alone on the 29th? What's going on there? And then hitchhike alone all over the place. I have a reason, I believe, I'll tell you now, but hitchhike alone all over the place. Return to wherever the van was and drive the van back home to his parents' house alone? I think he was just finding alibis.
Proceeded to make small talk, but before he came in the car, he offered to pay us like $200 to give him a ride.
$200?
Like 10 miles. So that was kind of weird. He then told us he's been camping for multiple days without his fiance. He did say he...
Yes. Wow, just like throwing money at the problem. Which is what I believe his parents have just done. I'm sorry, but I'm speculating.
He had a fiance, and that she was working on their social media page back at their van. Then once, like, in conversation, I brought up, yep, like, we're going to Jackson. He freaked out. He's like, nope, I need to get out right now. Like, pull over. So we pulled over at the Jackson Dam, which I don't know if you know, like, Teton Park, but it's not very far from Coulter Bay. And if this does, like, reach people, I can post pictures of, exactly where we...
Oh, it reached people. It really reached people, huh? So yeah, post the pictures, post the timestamps.
where we picked him up and the whole route or whatever, and like screenshots of like the timestamps.
Yes.
We dropped him off at 6:09 p.m. on August 29th. He kind of like hurried out of the car, and then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go find someone else to, you know, hitchhike. And we're like, okay. It was a weird situation. So when we picked him up, he was wearing a backpack, he had a long sleeve pants, hiking boots, and he had like scruff. But he didn't look dirty. For someone who was camping for multiple days, like, he didn't look dirty, he didn't smell dirty, so that part was kind of weird.
Even though he said he's dirty and can't help being dirty. Dirty all the time. I'm always dirty, can't help being dirty. But, you know, I know what she means. That is a bit odd. If he claims to have been camping by himself without his fiancée for multiple days.
And I'm just really hoping that they find her in this.
Without his fiancée, we do believe that, but possibly a far more sinister reason. I'm just going to say right here that I truly hope that this is not a publicity stunt of two influencers. Because these days you just don't know what people will do for views and attention. I hope not. I also hope it isn't a very sinister, like, murder case. Both sides of that are terrible. Hope we can, like, meet in the middle and everyone is found alive. That would be great. But they keep talking about, like, updating the social media page and keeping the social media page running. And even in that situation, as one of our OGs, Matilda, pointed out, even in that stressful situation with the body cam footage, Gabby was still talking about, like, I was working so hard on the social media, on the website, on the blog, you know. I understand she was relaying her day. He said they had a really nice morning. She said she was working so much and it caused her so much stress. I don't know. I just really hope that is the least likely possibility. Okay, no. The least likely possibility of this case, I hope that's murder. I hope that's the least likely possibility. But the second least likely one, I really hope it's not a publicity stunt to get a huge amount of attention. Because now the way that Brian has gone missing, I'm like, oh damn, like, what if he really knows where she is? And what if they really do meet up again? And what if it really was a publicity stunt? We just don't know.
Help someone, like, remember seeing him or, you know, something like that. To clarify a few things that people are confused on still, when he asked to ride, he has to go to Jackson, which, if you're familiar with the area, a lot of people call Jackson Hole Jackson. So that's why I said yes to giving him a ride. But you think any good hiker would know south and north. We were going south out of the park when he said he was camping north. He had told us that him and Gabby were not camping on a regulated campsite through the
Shame. She's like, you would think a good hiker would know north from south, and he was like, yeah, I'm going north, but they were busy heading south.
National park, that they were camping basically out in the middle of nowhere along Snake River.
Okay.
This is key information. He said that he had hiked for days along Snake River, but when, like, looking at his backpack, it wasn't full, and he said all he had was a tarp to sleep on, which you think if you're going camping for days on end, you'd want food.
Not him, though. He's got his melon to carve up. He's got his melon and his tarp, and he's good.
And a tent, and he had none of that, and like I said, he looked clean and didn't smell bad. So this is a view of the whole journey with Brian. So that's the top at the park at Coulter Bay.
Make it bigger for you guys.
And then we drove him to this dam right here. Then at the dam, we dropped him off at this little turnout, and he said he was going to walk across the street to the parking lot, which was full of people, to continue hitchhiking and look for a ride, because he freaked out when I said Jack.
I really think he was just building an alibi. He just wanted a ride to there, and he was going to turn around and go back to where he came from. which is true because then he got the van and went home.
Jackson Hole. He said we needed to pull over, even though Jackson and Jackson Hole are the same thing. It's the same town itself. This is the text I sent to my mom at 6:09, right when he got out of the car, saying I was okay because she was freaking out. This is at the park, or at the pickup location, and we were taking a shower. We then walked across.
I just want to go back to this message.
This is at the park, that he was going to walk across the street to the parking lot, which was full of people, to continue hitchhiking and look for a ride because he freaked out when I said Jackson Hole. He said we needed to pull over, even though Jackson and Jackson Hole are the same thing. It's the same town itself. This is the text I sent to my mom at 6:09, right when he got out of the car, saying I was
when he got out of the car, not dead, back to his wife.
Okay, because
he had to go back to his wife.
Because she was freaking out. This is at the park, or at the pickup location, and we were taking a shower. We then walked across, and our car was parked on the left side of the picture, and he talked to us like right in the middle. And he was talking to my boyfriend the entire time, but like I was the one actually talking, and he was like not frantic, and he was very nice, very polite to us.
What do you guys think? I truly think he was just getting an alibi. It just gives us more clues, but I think he was getting an alibi. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. That would be great. So, okay, so there was that update, which is like, wait, what? He was hitchhiking alone on the 29th? Hitchhiking alone on the 29th, and let's not forget that that was on a Saturday. And then by the Wednesday, he was already at home with a van with his parents. That means on the 29th, he probably hitchhiked back to where the van was, got in the van and started driving because he had an alibi. He had an alibi to say, no, I was hitchhiking. I didn't have a car. This guy's quite calculated, I'm just going to say. And so he must have left on the 29th, maybe around midnight, late that evening, started driving back home, arrived on the 1st. Okay, now we will look at the home. All right, so let me make this, you guys can see. I'll read this to you now. I just want to make it so that the pictures are nice for you. Yes, okay. That is the home. The address is 4343 Wabasso Avenue, Northport, Florida. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Here they say 1448 square foot house, and on a 0.23 acre lot. Okay, and I'll give you the update now, but let's look at the house. The one where Brian arrived on the 1st of September without Gabby. And let's see where he was hanging out for a second. And then I'll update you. So it's got a pool. Well, it's his parents' house, but you know what I mean. Had a little swim. Okay. There is the kitchen. Got the living area. Bedroom. It's probably the master bedroom, right? Okay. The office. Yes. The lavatory. Yes, okay. I would believe this is Brian's room based on the art in the background, because we've seen his Instagram page with his art. He collects a lot of caps. By the way, if you do not like my cap, please send me one. Or even if you like it, just send me one. I love receiving caps, and I will wear them in my videos and in my live streams. Okay, Batman. He's got some. We should zoom into those DVDs on the on the shelf there. On the shack? What am I saying? On the shelf. You can see, I think that's his, because the art in the background looks like his. This art looks like his type of art that he made. So I'm thinking this is his bedroom, how it was. I mean, the photos are on here because they say, it looks like it's for sale, but I'm not actually too sure because it says, look, it says, price improved on this beautiful 3-bed, 2-bath pool home, freshly painted, ready for new owners. This home features an open floor plan with split bedrooms and volume ceilings, Korean countertops, all tile interior, fenced backyard, all in a quiet street convenient to interstate and area shopping and restaurants. The backyard is fenced. Right, are we reading this right? I'm sorry that you can't see that. The backyard is fenced in with storage shed, outdoor shower, and newly rescreened caged pool with saltwater system. Recent upgrades include the new roof. This could be your piece of paradise. Now, why is it on the housing market? That's what I want to know. I can't see a date on this. You know, I can't see a date that they listed this house. But like, why are they selling the house? Also, what if Brian is out there, man? In the backyard with a storage shed with an outdoor shower. Okay, we'll speculate just now. It says off the market. Okay, they're off market. Interesting. So these are just photos from maybe when it was on the market. But anyway, I just wanted to show you the house, so you get a good view of how the house was. Okay. There's the little hideout that it could be in. I mean, how would the police know? They don't have a search warrant. They couldn't like necessarily go and knock on the shed in the back. When Brian was reported missing by his parents on Friday, when he was actually missing since Tuesday. We'll go through it, but now if we look at the date today, it's Saturday the 18th of September. His parents called the police. They went to the house on Friday the 17th of September to tell them that Brian had actually been missing since the 14th. If your son was missing since the 14th, why did it take you 3 days to tell the police? Unless it's very calculated. But I'm saying, what if he's hiding in that little shed back there? Huh? Hey, if you heard that outside noise, I told you. I'm a YouTuber now. And that means when you press record, noise. Okay. Got the punching bag going on, garage, kitchen. Dining room, everyone. There is the house. This is the footage. It's not. This is not from the footage. This is a view of the house from the front on photographs here. But like, now that house is just burned into my mind because I was watching it for so long last night as the police were watching it, you know, and people had been petitioning outside Brian's house. So, you see, this is the importance of being a content creator and sharing information, whether it is through YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever, or a podcast, because it actually makes stuff happen in a way, you know? Since people were saying people should be petitioning outside the house, people should be petitioning, they did. People gathered outside the house and petitioned outside the house, trying to get Brian to talk. So, now we've seen the house, okay? So the update is, of course, now the update on Saturday, the 18th of September, is that Brian's parents called the police over. They called them to tell them their son has been missing since Tuesday. I'm just shaking my head. Shaking my head because it really feels calculated. I don't feel like, oh no, is Brian missing now? I don't feel like that. I'm sure if he, you know, he wouldn't just, okay, we could speculate. Did he just slip out of the house, and are any of his items missing? We don't know this right now, meaning his backpack, and did he take shoes along or what? Or is he just barefooting it across America? We'll look at where there's close by airports and what's around the area here at their home. But I just feel like Gabby was going to be their daughter-in-law. Gabby lived with them for a year at this house before she started the van life with Brian. So this family knows her extremely well. So the fact that they, between the 11th of September and yesterday, refused to talk to the police and shooed away the police whenever they wanted to get to Brian. They literally handed them paperwork, legal scripts of just like, you know what, no, we have legal rights to remain silent. Yes, which is true. You have the right to remain silent, and no one can force you to talk. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. There's no evidence. We don't know where Gabby is. But the fact that they were doing things like legally and seeking the legal way to do things, now you're telling us that your son's been missing since Tuesday? Hey, I'm just going to say someone's got to go around the back and check that little shed with the outdoor shower. But that could be his like home base, and then he could be barefooting it in and out of all the surrounding forests and stuff, and Mama could bring him some melons, you know what I'm saying? Some snacks for you. I just really feel that this is very inappropriate of the parents to shield him the way that they did, to serve the police with legal papers and say, nope, we're not talking and he's not talking. Very inappropriate. No concern for Gabby's family and what they're going through, or for Gabby, who's missing. And then to call 3 days later. I mean, if they were really like, oh my word, now Brian's gone missing, call the police immediately. Oh my word, our son's gone missing. So this means, in my mind, that they gave him a head start. He came home on the 1st. They kept quiet for 11 days. On the 11th, Gabby's family reported her missing because they had no idea what was going on. They're like, wait, what? And where is she? And where is he? And what is going on? So on the 11th, she was reported missing. And between the 11th and the 18th, which is today, so 11th and 17th, those days when people are outside the house, the media's there, people are begging Brian to talk, which he was supposedly in the house, you know, the van was there. That's where the police got the van from. So he definitely went to the house at some point. But now I'm thinking, obviously the people, you know, standing outside didn't stand there 24/7. I really just have to say I wish the police had, but they have no evidence. So you can't just use those resources in a way, I guess, to just like stake out. But I wish they had. I wish they had just watched the house at all times, because the fact that Brian got away right now, unless he's in the back shed, is crazy. Like, but he must have slipped out in the middle of the night, you know, when no one was there, everything quiet, probably out the back. And let's see where you could have headed. Here's the airport, not airport, sorry, here's the house, and then yeah, there's Venice Municipal Airport, but that's not where you'd go, right? So, oh, we don't know, but look at this. Okay, so on the this blue part here, 4343 Wabasso Avenue, see that? This is his, I just want to click on it. You see that? That is the home. Okay, let's just click off. Now, what airports can we see nearby? So, Arcadia Municipal Airport, Hidden River Airport, Carlton Shellside Airport, Venice Municipal Airport. Okay, we've got Buchan Airport, Coral Creek Airport, Punta Gorda Airport, South Point Airport. That one is feeling interesting to me. Can you guys see it? Right there. Anyway, Southwest Citrus Airport, Southwest Florida International Airport. Yes. Now also, have a look at, which I'm guessing if you know the area, you know this already. Hold on. Okay. Look at all these nature reserves. I mean, he could be hiding out in one of these nature reserves. Could be. There's his home. Missing since Tuesday. But, I don't know, I'm also saying that the Bahamas are right there. And, hello, Cuba's right there, too. Maybe the dad has connections. We don't know. Could he be in Cuba? We don't know. I mean, it could be anywhere at this point. Look, you know, where do you think he went? Where do you think? I would love to know. Tell me your thoughts. Where do you think he went? I honestly think that he's just hiding out. That's my feeling. My gut feel is either he's in Cuba or he's hiding out in one of these surrounding forests. There's River State Park, State Forest. That's too small, I think. I think he would head this way so that Mama can still bring him some snacks if need be. You know? Probably with a satellite phone or something. We just don't know. Anyway, there's nothing else that I can tell you right now except that Brian Laundrie is now missing. Wow. Some people have speculated that he might have run away and taken his own life. It's always a possibility because we don't know the answer. So at this point, anything is a possibility. However, my personal opinion is that is not what happened or what is going on. I think this was a calculated move on the parents' part to help him and on his part to relocate, to disappear, even if it's for a while. Say goodbye for a while. Hide out, hang out. They'll get him maybe a new identity. And life will go on unless the police find him, which thank goodness the FBI and everyone's on it. The FBI, all the police departments from all the various locations. But most importantly, where is Gabby? I think it's kind of inappropriate at this point that the picture is looking very grim for Gabby Petito. And now Brian Laundrie is taking the spotlight as a missing person. Have you ever seen that happen with a criminal mind? Let's say it like that. If someone has a criminal mind and they are assumed to be or accused of doing something, or people assume they're guilty, have you seen how often, it's like almost all the time, 10 out of 10, that they become the victim and they play the victim? And that's exactly what's happening here in the biggest way. Honestly. Please don't follow him on Instagram or like his posts and things like that. I mean, we don't want that, okay? We don't need him to get more attention or an ego boost out of this. We need to find him, and we need to find Gabby. Like, where did this guy go and what is going on? Did you know that him and Gabby, they were childhood friends? They went to school together. They know each other really well. So that is also so weird. It's not like a girlfriend, like, oh, I've had this girlfriend, dated her for a year or two. Like, no, you grew up together. This is like Dawson's Creek, you know, like Joey and Dawson. You know what I'm saying? And they're together kind of for life, you know, high school sweethearts. Everyone said they were in love. Well, the body cam footage showed a little bit otherwise, unless that's a publicity stunt. We just don't know. But yeah, they knew each other for a long time. And they dated since 2019. They went on this van life for 5 months or so? And then everything fell apart? Like, what is going on here? I'm just gonna, because it's my channel, I can share my personal opinion here. My gut instinct says that he just left Gabby in the wilderness. Just left her. Which is neglect and not murder. It's terrible. But I think he would feel like, oh, okay, well, done, and just take the van and go. He would leave her out in the wild there. So maybe she's still alive, you know, and maybe she will survive that and find a way out of there. Get help, get home. Possibly. So my gut feel is that he just left her in the wilderness and headed home. But building the alibis with the hitchhiking and throwing money, $200 here, $200 there type of thing is weird. Red flag, major red flag. That makes it seem like it's a lot more sinister. Like he didn't just drop off in the wilderness. That he may have murdered her. We don't know. And my personal opinion of where he is right now is, I think he's hiding out in the forest, sort of close-ish to home. But we'll see. This is, I suppose, no, this is not fun. This is not like, yay, crime case fun, but it is the fun of reporting it on my channel. Is just like, oh my word, there's so many updates at every turn, and I want to keep you guys updated, so I'm in the case now. And I will do my best to update you as stuff happens. Please feel free to send me stuff. My email address is listed on my About page. Click view email address, send me an email. In general, I'm keeping very much up with the case, so I'm doing my homework. But if there's anything you think maybe I haven't seen or whatever, send it to me, or comment below. Put your thoughts in there. I always love hearing your thoughts. You guys give interesting perspectives as well. I wish you all had YouTube channels, actually. A lot of you give some really interesting perspectives. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you later. Depends when you're watching this, but later for a live stream. I go live Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And then we're reaching the point now, whenever you're watching this, September 2021, where we're doing our Crime and Cocktails time. Watching Double Indemnity tomorrow. I will see you later for another live stream. Thank you, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens next.